Hey guys, it's Jim here. Those of you blessed with eyes will notice that I'm not drugged up like I was on my update video. The reason is it's 25 past 20, nearly half 10. Nearly half 10, and I still haven't taken my morning medication, and that's for a reason. I'm going to try a little experiment out that I haven't seen done on YouTube, mainly for my own curiosity. Now in this video I'm actually going to be talking about my medication. I've had a surprising number of Facebook messages and YouTube PMs about asking what medication I take and how I find it and the side effects. So I thought I'd just make a video going through those subjects. Now I woke up at 5:30 this morning and I usually take my medication about 8 o'clock. And there are side effects of the medication I take if you don't take it at the time that your body's used to taking it, which I'll mention when I go through the drugs individually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to film each session of medication, which I keep stored in what I call the awkward turtle. It's just a little ceramic turtle that you can open. And I keep each session in the next session in that turtle, mainly because it just makes it easier, even though I do have a tray, but also it amuses me to put it in there. So I'll get on now with just going through my list of medications. So let's get on with the medications then, because I want to get through this as soon as possible. Believe it or not, there's side effects of not taking medication as well as taking medication, which I'll mention as I get to the relevant drugs. As you see, you might be able to see I'm starting to sweat. First drug, Venlafaxine, or Effexa for our American friends. This is a horrible drug. It's an antidepressant in the class called SNRIs. Basically all you need to know about that is that it increases the amount of serotonin and noradrenaline or norepinephrine, whatever you want to call it. It's usually a last line, one of the last line antidepressants when you've tried various other ones, because of the side effects of it, and it's just not tolerated well at all. When I first started taking it, I really did struggle. I had vomiting for 2 weeks, nausea, headaches, increased sweating. I still have nausea and I still get headaches now and again. And it has increased the amount that I sweat. And also it's known alongside with duloxetine, or Cymbalta as you might know it, again for the Americans, for having horrendous discontinuation effects. If you do not take it within an hour of the time that you usually take it, you are going to struggle immensely with the discontinuation effects. At the moment, what I'm feeling at the moment is you get something called brain zaps, which is basically just neuronal discharge in your brain, and it feels like your brain's being electrocuted. And that's just the fact that there's drugs that you can become physically dependent to, like heroin, and these kind of drugs you become chemically dependent to. So it's something that your brain actually starts to crave and need, whereas you physically don't crave it. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to say with that. To be honest, it is the only antidepressant that has had any impact on me. I've tried many others, SSRIs, which just increase the amount of serotonin. None of them have worked for me. The next drug on my list is another antidepressant. This one is Mirtazapine, or Remeron if you're American again. This is in a different class, and it is quite unusual for someone to take two antidepressants because of a condition called serotonin syndrome, which I've had. which is when your brain has too much serotonin and it starts to become toxic and leads to convulsions and it can even coma and death. Keep it light as usual, James. This is in a different class. Basically, it does work in the same way that it increases the amount of serotonin, but in a different way. And you take this at night. It's in the lower doses. It acts as a sedative, so you'll get it prescribed quite a lot in nursing homes. I know that from personal experience with work. A lot of nursing home patients will have Remeron or Mirtazapine at night at 15 milligrams because it becomes it's sedative, it's very sedating, and for that reason you do take it at night. Now, the reason I take it is because there is a kind of trial combination of Effexor and Remeron, known as California rocket fuel, because it's very effective at treating drug-resistant depression. Now, with Mirtazapine, you can get quite bad weight gain. I remember when I used to take it on its own at maximum dose, which I don't anymore. And I remember I put on a stone a month for 3 months. I think it was really quite bad. Now I'm actually coming off Mirtazapine because it isn't working with the Effexor. It's not having that California rocket fuel synergy, and the weight gain has not been worth the actual benefit I've been getting from it. It's not been working as a sedative either, so it's not been helping me sleep. Now we move on to Quetiapine or Seroquel. Now this is a medication I was prescribed when I was in hospital. It's a new generation antipsychotic. We're not sure how these antipsychotics work. We think they work as dopamine blockers, and that helps some of the some of the psychosis involved with schizophrenia. However, I'm not schizophrenic. I don't take it for that reason. The reason I take it is it helps boost the effect of my antidepressants, because at the high dosages it starts to work as it starts to increase serotonin in its own right, and it also is helpful for treating many symptoms of my BPD. I probably should have started with my full diagnosis, which is borderline personality disorder with bipolar type 2 and ADHD. So the Quetiapine actually helps with basically all of those conditions. It helps with my borderline personality disorder because it helps with impulse control and stops me being so impulsive. It helps with my bipolar because it works as a slight mood stabilizer to stop from the peaks from mania to depression, and it works for my ADHD because it's a major tranquilizer, so it does sedate you, and it allows me just to think a bit slower and not let my thoughts race too much. Again, with this, there is the possibility of major weight gain. I have noticed some weight gain from it. Other than that, I've not really had any other side effects. The one in the hospital that's always joked about is it can increase a hormone called prolactin, which can increase breast tissue and is used to help women produce breast milk. So everyone jokes in hospital that all the men have milky breasts, which some of them do. I think there was actually a transvestite in hospital that was quite pleased with that side effect. So each to their own. Then we move on to Pregabalin or Lyrica, however you want to say it. This is an anti-epileptic. I take this as an anxiolytic. It's usually used though for nerve damage, neuropathic pain. So if someone's been in a car accident and they've had some kind of spinal injury, or something like fibromyalgia, all those kind of conditions that involve nerve pain. But the way it works is it affects a chemical called gamma-aminobutyric acid, GABA. I'll mention that again with the next drug. And GABA is a neurotransmitter that is needed for neuronal excitement. So it kind of how do you say, it'll affect how reactive your nerves are to stimulus. So basically GABA just turns down the notch on your nerves, so you're not reacting to every stimulus so violently and so being so agitated. And then we move on to a drug I absolutely hate, Diazepam or Valium. Again, this also works on GABA, but in a different way. Now, in America, they love giving out benzos. They give out benzos for everything. In the UK, we're a bit more reserved about benzos, and they're only used in extreme circumstances. Now, I've been taking Valium on and off since I was 15, and it works, like I say, it works on GABA. Now, it's just a horrible drug. You gain a tolerance to it, so you need to take a higher and higher dose. Makes you feel groggy, lethargic. It's just not a pleasant drug to be taking. And you can get if you've got an addictive personality, you can get addicted to it. Now, luckily, I don't have an addictive personality, so I've been able to come off and on it as I've needed. But that is the main reason why on the drug update, well, I think that's the main reason anyway, that I seemed so out of it, is I think it was because of the Valium. And like I say, I am on a unusually high dosage because of my high anxiety levels, and because I had a slight tolerance build up because I've recently been on it in hospital as well. Final drug is Lamotrigine or Lamictal, and again another anti-epileptic. However, I use this because ever since I was diagnosed with bipolar, I've never had a drug for the bipolar, and this is my first bipolar drug. It's a mood stabilizer, and it helps mostly with the depressive episodes of bipolar. Because I'm type 2, so I only suffer with hypermania. My manic episodes aren't that destructive, so there's not really much of a need to control that. Even though this Lamictal does also help with the manic episodes, it keeps you even. Now, I've literally only taken this yesterday. I'm due to take my third dose, because I take it twice a day. I'm due to take my third dose this morning. Not had any side effects, which is a good start. And I've not developed the life-threatening rash, which I keep reading about all over the internet, which has scared me a little bit. So luckily, that's not been a factor. And that's all my medication basically. The only other two to mention are, I take Fultium, which is vitamin D. Vitamin D is needed to produce neurotransmitters, and I take 5-HTP, which is a precursor to serotonin. And precursor just means it's a building block, and it's a step before in the synthesis of serotonin. So now I'm going to take my morning medication before the Venlafaxine side effects get any worse. I'm going to open up the awkward turtle, and I'm going to edit this, what I filmed so far, and then get back in probably about an hour or so, when the drug should be in full effect. Now let's see if I can get all these in my mouth at once. Attractive, I know. So I'll be back in about an hour. So I'm back now. It's approximately 11:30. It's been about an hour since I took my morning medication. I do feel slightly groggier. I think that's due to the Diazepam more than anything else, because I've taken all the other drugs before and I've never had any issue. So I just assume it's the Diazepam, which I'll be extremely grateful when I get to come off that, because I'm only on that for a month, and I did take a lot of persuading to go on that Diazepam. And now, because it's 11:30 and everything's been so crushed together, my next session is due at 12. Luckily, well, not luckily, it is Valium again. So it's not, but at least it's not another cocktail. And then my session after that, I will be taking again pretty much what I took in the morning, except I won't be taking my Quetiapine or Seroquel. To be honest, I'm not even sure if I'm in shot right now. I found it, I started to really struggle to edit, which I knew it started to take effect. And I think to bear in mind, you might think that, oh, he seemed a lot better at the start of the video. These medications stay in your system for a long time. It's only within the first hour or so of this kind of time period that you because it's everything is at such a high concentration that you're like this. I'm not like this all day. I will struggle again when I take my afternoon dosage, the one after this session. And then at night, when I take my huge quantity, not huge, my big quantity of Quetiapine, that'll make me very slurry. Although the doctor has suggested that I take that during the afternoon session, so I might try that again, because I did try it yesterday and that did not work out well. However, I want to give it a fair shot, so I'll try that again. But I'm like I say, I'm struggling to edit this, so I might not be able to get it out today. Hopefully, because my Valium tolerance has increased, I should be alright, even though, like I say, in half an hour I'm due to take it again. So I'll get back to you in half an hour when I decide if I might skip it actually. I've rarely been taking the full dosage anyway. I'm not sure how my anxiety will deal with that. I might have a panic attack or whatever, freak out. So I've got old Terence here. Terence, my drug dealer. And I'm now off to vote in the European referendum. So I'll be back with you after that. So I just got back from the polling station about 5 minutes ago. Took my afternoon Diazepam about 40 minutes ago. My coordination has gone a little bit. I struggle to see the paper and crossing the right bit. But like I say, that's the effect that Valium has on me. My body loses tolerance to it very quickly. So when I come off Valium, it very quickly forgets and goes back to its normal, having no tolerance to it. So every time I take it, and like I say, I take a large dose, it does knock me out for a couple of well, an hour or two, but luckily I won't be on Valium when I hopefully get back to work next month. I'm really looking forward to that. I won't be on Valium then. This is literally just to get me through this hard period at the moment. I know there's going to be a lot of judgment that he's just been prescribed pills to get high. It's not the case. It's these pills make me, even though I seem drugged up, which is, like I say, is due to the Valium, which will be going away. For you and people who don't struggle with anxiety and the list of issues that I've got, yeah, maybe it would make you feel high, but all this medication, all these pills, is just to make me feel normal. Like, that's what it's for. And Maya's decided to join us. Anything to say? No, you're just going to sniff the tripod. That's fine. Yeah, like I say, this literally is just enough to put me on an even keel. So I'll probably describe this better when I don't know. I might do a little wrap up at the end tomorrow, when I can think a bit more clearly and express what I mean properly. I think I've kind of got the gist of what I'm trying to say. Who knows? But like I say, it's not. I don't find it pleasurable. This is just to keep me going and able to function at a level that's like, is normal, acceptable. The doctor described my anxiety levels as inhumane, which is why I've been put on so many anxiolytics and stuff, because it is inhumane to live like this, to just be in so much pain constantly. And I'm going to shut up because I'm just going to carry on waffling and yeah. So I'll see you when. What time is it? Don't know. I can't see. I'll see you when I'm taking my next session, and that's going to be the one where I'm going to try again with Quetiapine. Now that went horrendously yesterday, but I did feel a lot better this morning taking it at that time, so I'm going to give it another shot. So I've been editing these videos and I've noticed that the framing is horrendous, so I can only apologise for that. As you can notice, I'm not seemingly drugged up or anything. Like I said, doesn't last all day like that. That is just peak time that I show you. So it is nice to show you this is what happens throughout the day. I'm fine, I can function. Shout out to my cousin Jane, who gets these for me, anxiety things I fiddle with. It's not very manly, but what you gonna do? This is the one I'm nervous about. Old Terence the turtle. This one has everything but Mirtazapine in. Mirtazapine's the one I take at night. I won't show you that session because it doesn't do anything. I'm slightly sleepy. Dogs are barking, but I can't get around that. So here we go. This could be bad. I may not be able to operate the camera, but it's modify release, so it might even take a couple of hours. So I'll see you in a while. Hopefully I can still use the camera. So I have literally no idea how long it's been since I took the Quetiapine. As you can see, it's hit me really hard. I'd love to do the subtitles for this. All I want to do is sleep, but I know I have to fight it because I won't sleep tonight otherwise. I don't know what to say. This is nowhere even near peak time yet. Probably be worse in about an hour or so. When did I take it? I have no idea when I took it. I don't know why I listen to doctors. I don't know if I said that. Did I say that? I'm really confused at the moment. I really want popcorn. I wish I could drive to get popcorn. I don't even trust myself walking. That's another thing you get when you take a lot of pills. You need to wee a lot because kidneys in it. I'm lost for words, and this video is already too long. I don't even think I could be arsed watching it all the way through, so bye.